Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech, authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC. Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity. Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die? It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right? Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished. The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do, but you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way, they've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help. I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin, while also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation. But don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions, call me. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone. Oh heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back so soon. How is it? Find anything? Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself, until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare. That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes. 2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. He must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These 2 murders are definitely getting hushed up. What should we do? Let me think. It's too rare an opportunity to miss out on, so I gotta be careful. There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a mute as a friend. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony. If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could to meet her. But she died. Right before my very eyes. Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. I'm starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback, given how things are? Who? Is this a public hearing or a private trial? Fine. Oh, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Well, without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way. The show is about to begin. Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Amanicus star system not long ago, and their synchronized orbital manor wasn't this heavily guarded. Hey Doc, whose side are you on anyway? We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of him. A dead end? I mean, there isn't a door. How did you get in before? Well, maybe we should do the same. Let's go and take a look. Of course, We can also use brute force. Look, like I said, brute force can also solve things. But are these nightingales? How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like torment eagles to me. Just as I thought. Here's the correct answer. Really? Well, I thought you'd given up on that already. Oh, impressive. So much for Mr. Sunday's reserved, virtuous image. Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death. Sunday must have thought the same. Let's head down. Huh? What's wrong? Are we heading the wrong way? My friend? Did you really make an appointment with him? Oh, an escape room. My favorite. Wow. That's an enormous sandpit. I'd love to build a tall building for myself, once I have enough savings. Oh, look. There's a noticeable gap in the model. I believe you're right. Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have any trouble recalling what was here last time. Right, Doctor? Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now? Oh, and the nameplate reads Gulliver's Arch. Well, I'm amazed you can remember something this tiny. You know, this reminds me of a tunnel I once saw that could shrink people who passed through it. Oh, this reminds me of one of those building toys. You know, with the blocks. I've never played with them before. I wonder if it's more interesting than stacking chips. Oh, look. The gap is closed. And it fits perfectly. So, what's next? Oh, good heavens. Did I shrink? Am I still in a dream? Oh, Doctor, you're huge. It's me! Down here! In the sand pit! Oh, actually, I think we could make this work for us. Just find a way to slip me into Sunday's collar and I'll infiltrate the family just like that. Oh, fine. I was just kidding. Let's find a way to open the door. And tell me about the tour. That! Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? I didn't do a thing to it, Doc. You've got to be my witness. Oh, capsule machine. There's no mechanism on the floor. Could there be one at the top? Doctor, do me a favor. So, I was right. These models have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one lives in them. Funny that Sunday puts a miniature that makes him seem like a giant by comparison right where he can see it first thing in the morning. Insecure. Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there. But it's tough. Oh, great. There's another pinball machine base here. And it's empty too. Doc! I'll need your brain power again. Doctor? Shake a leg? Without that pinball machine, neither one of us is going anywhere anytime soon. You're back. Just place it here. Thank you. Thanks, Doc. Oh, Ratio, you should come in here and take a look. The view here is breathtaking. Honestly, you could easily squash me with just a pinch. All done. Piece of cake. And the joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. Makes me feel sad. Penacony isn't all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table. Yeah, only I believe he's the one who should be prepared to face me. I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear. There are only two kinds of bargaining chips when dealing with people. Benefit or fear? Am I not sincere enough? There's no need to emphasize it. We've got to make good use of death. That man's sister is dead. He won't be able to turn a blind eye, and that's fear. And I'll help him find the murderer. He can't do it due to his status and position, but I can. And that's benefit. Simple. Because that murderer could very well be a traitor hiding inside the family. That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman, and we need someone who can keep her in check. It's better to minimize the variables outside our control while we execute our plans. Moreover, I need to know her identity. If I'm lucky. She could be an important pawn, and it's good to have more helpful friends when dealing with this matter. But honestly, the murder case is likely unrelated to her. I believe my standpoint. There's a rat in the family. Otherwise, why would Mr. Sunday arrange a private meeting with us? This isn't an interrogation, but a secret negotiation. We'll see. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll win back my freedom and power. In the end, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest death. If the chance of winning is just beyond this door, even if that chance is close to zero, well, you can't win if you don't play, right? 3 chips are enough. All or nothing. I appreciate your words, and I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday. However, this is no way to greet a guest. Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do. He's already faithfully fulfilled his duties, hasn't he? You don't look too well. Am I making you anxious? If not, then it means I'm on your side. No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is creeping in around you. There's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been out of tune since she returned to Penacony. What's more disheartening, she can't sing anymore. Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but I know you hold a different opinion. Now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. You're feeling anxious because you're out on a limb. But don't worry, I'm on your side. Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty and the personal items under the family's custody, the bag of gift money, and... That's right. Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking to bring the truth to light. Of course, no room for negotiation. Sure, the gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a bargaining chip. What have you done? And if I refuse to answer? Yes. 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 You even know about that? No. Does it matter? Yes. No. Perhaps. I don't know. Of course. compilation, you wretch. You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly. Is this what the harmony represents? Is it built upon constraint and coercion? Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way. Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is achievable without it. This meeting isn't an interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright execution.
I got it back, sister. Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but I'm smart. I played a game with them, and I won. I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me. Who will die first? I won. They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won fair and square. I'm sorry, sister. I thought you'd be happy. Because Mom left you this necklace. There'll be no next time. Okay. I will swear to Gaiathra Triclops to protect this wealth. Sister, if Gaiathra Triclops was really watching over us, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the Catechins' land only to prepare for Gaiathra Triclops' offerings. And where was Gaiathra Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness under her breath until the moment she closed her eyes. Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. If every rain pour was Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness and grace, then how bad were our sins? So much so that we were born in this world of death?
I didn't think you'd have the nerve to show yourself. So, the genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my Undertaker now. My, what an honor. Great. Then tell your people that Aventurine is ready to go in 17 system hours. My conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family, and that they hold the secrets of Penacony. So, I took the opportunity to set everything in motion. I even managed to recover the gift money. Things haven't gone this smoothly since I walked through the doors of the Reverie. Now I'm only one step away from victory. Let's just wait and see. That's all I can say. Have you forgotten, Doctor? You betrayed me. Go. Do what you must. I look forward to the sight of the IPC fleet surrounding Penacony. You've achieved what you desired, haven't you? Well, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm handing out cash even when I'm about to bite the dust. Maybe I am. Who knows? What's this? Medical advice? You catch on pretty fast, Doctor. Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. How typical of you, you wing-headed scoundrel. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway, it's just as I guessed it would be. As for now, let the rain of wealth from the IPC fall evenly on everyone. Well, you see, I can't bear to see anyone in this sweet dream suffering from poverty. Sure thing. Oh, by the way, Do you happen to know anything interesting about death? Oh, you see, I'm a tabloid reporter collecting ghost stories in Penacony. As you know, the more chilling the stories, the more attention they get. Maybe you could help me out. Thank you. This will make for a very juicy headline. May Shibe protect us. Unexplained coma. That's actually what happens to your body if your brain dies in a dream. But unfortunately, the customer ended up waking up in the end. I can feel something inside my head. Is the harmony starting to kick in? Oh, a great show will start soon, old man. But before that, I need to ask you something. Do you know where I can find death in this dream? Is that all? What a joke. Well, I'll leave you be then. I hope you have a wonderful day. A monster covered in eyes. That sounds like the Memory Zone meme. But buildings and lights... I don't think those have anything to do with death. Oh, that whole dream bubble was probably created using rumors and gossip. The disturbing voice in my head. It's getting closer. That won't be necessary. I have some business to attend to. But thank you all the same. Well, actually, I do need a favor. As the most outstanding hound in Penacony, have you come across any stowaways recently? All right. Good luck with your work then. What was I even thinking? Family would never share intel with the IPC. Does everyone have to go through so much torment before joining the family? Darn it. Now I just want to dig out my brain and use it as evidence. You really shouldn't drink so much Soulglad, my friend. It's not good for your health. The devil of Soulglad? Care to elaborate? Yeah. Very funny indeed. Thank you. I'm flattered. I'm no prince, and I just thought these gems would help you speak. So, as an investigative reporter, maybe you've heard something about death? How did your boss talk you out of it? Guess she's got a point. Thank you for sharing. Yes, it's for you. Just take it. Oh, it's not much. I just want to ask you something. Neither. I just wanted to know if you've ever heard about death in the dreamscape. Hey, stay positive. Gold will always shine one day, right? The devil of Soulglad, dangers in the dream, and nightmare ghosts. Well, surely death is a popular topic in this sweet dream granted by the family. I've collected a bunch of rumors, but no useful clues. The gems in my bag are running low. Well, let's see if my last lucky interviewee brings some surprises. Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right? What do you mean? No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one myself? Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right? Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out, will you reward me with an answer for my efforts? Don't you want to see Penacony descend into chaos? Well, I can make that happen. I just need an answer to one question. Back then, when you asked me to find a mute, did you really mean Robin? Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded so pleasing. Now I'm completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool. Right now, there are only two things missing from my grasp: the meaning behind the truth and the means to expose it. Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence, and that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16 system hours. Oh, deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage to bring it in here? Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of, but it's good to hear that he's still here in Penacony. I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, the walls will crumble, people will wake up, and those who couldn't speak will find their voices again. When that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display for me. Catch you later, fool. Can a commodity code really be considered a lucky charm? You're insane. Aren't you worried that the money you spent on me will go to waste? How much did you spend? My price. How much did you pay for me? I'll take my chances. 30 tanba. If I come back alive, you'll give me 30 tanba. Deal? Well, if they did, I'd sell them in a heartbeat. Not difficult, but definitely pointless. Ask and you shall receive. You wanted the perfect construction material. All I did was offer a possibility. It was just a small wager. If your luck holds out, the IPC will dig something up from the golden sands of Ejihazo. Maybe even the Sand King's remains. Pity your luck has run out. Madam, I already have what I want. To be brought before you for the next high-stakes gamble. My life. I bet you won't send me to the gallows. I want your Lenore to meet with me. I have something to say. I want cash. It is that simple. 30 tanbas. The remainder of my market value. 30 tanbas. No more, no less. With this money, I'll climb to even greater heights than you. Grasp even more riches than you. I wager you won't give me this chance. Which is why you should call him here. Life is like a long-term investment. Those who choose correctly, do the correct things, reach the correct outcomes, and show the world their value. People can't always make the right choices in their lives. But luck has always been on my side. I've never lost. Is it because Gayatri blesses me? Well, if that's the case, she must also be looking upon me right now. My success is inevitable. But what then? Even if I overcome this difficult trial, what would come next? What awaits me after this glorious gamble? An even more glorious one? Will I return triumphant with unending riches after countless successes, or will I encounter failure, never to return? I'm pretty sure you already have some ideas. lowly gambler. What? What?
What?
Am I dreaming, or have I gone completely insane? Perhaps both. Forgotten me already? When you were strapped to that electric chair by a mannequin warlords, who was it that gave you the idea? Fine. I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid. Get out of my head, newborn of the Harmony. The Harmony? Oh, don't play the fool. It's not the first time we've met. No need to be so polite. I'm you, and perhaps even more aware of yourself than you. Of what exactly you want. You're dying. And you still want to drag a bunch of unfortunate fools with you through death's door. That's why you're here, isn't it? A grand unveiling. You really think you can pull it off? Why not? Well, you may have fooled everyone, but you can't fool yourself. I can show you. Before you're entirely gone, I'll be with you for the last stretch of your road. Let's have a heart-to-heart while we walk. What exactly are you? Most people in this world spend their entire lives just to reach one outcome. And I am that outcome. Kakavasha, I am your future. First I'm hearing things, and now I'm seeing them. Great. Am I going to be elevated into the Harmony's Emanator next? Why are there no guests here? What's that featherhead doing? Just a Pepeshi? No. A child? I thought minors weren't allowed in Golden Hour. Hey kid, you okay? Are you lost?
What's wrong, mister? You don't look well.
Your eyes. Impossible. Who are you?
They're pretty, aren't they? Sis said they're a gift from Mama Funga. Colorful eyes are said to bring good luck. Mister, you have pretty eyes too. Beautiful.
Are you alone? Where are your parents?
They're in that amusement park. Papa and Mama went in first. I'm just about to go look for them. I have to go. Goodbye, mister. Hope you have a good time, too.
Those eyes. And Mama Funga. No, it can't. There aren't any Avgens left. Only on Paniconi, am I right? What are you still doing here? Well, you've known all along. The family truly showed leniency to everyone who came seeking help. Why would there be a need for such high walls and deep moats? However, people don't see it like that. Especially since the flavor of the drink syrup is so alluring. You will receive no charity on Paniconi. And relying on your own strength alone to topple high walls? Not a likely fate. Which is why, once you step into the hotel, you remove your high hat and beg everyone you come across for help. Like a hyena scavenging for scraps in the desert. Because you know that opportunities are fleeting. Well, when you put it like that, even Ratio's a teeny peacock analogy sounds pleasant. Well, you know how rare it is for me to give you the straight dope. So listen while you can. It's good timing that you mentioned the doctor. I'm especially fond of what you and he have in common. The conspiracies, calculations. Especially the part about the finale, a magnificent act of betrayal. Oh, when everyone thinks this way, who would even suspect that it was another trap you've meticulously devised? Go on. Tell me I'm right. You know who you really are, Mr. Cavalier Gambler. Uptight, overcautious, massive inferiority complex. You've won so much, and you're still so afraid of losing. They only see your big bets, your bravado, the full house, the straight flush. They don't know the other hand is below the table, clutching your chips for dear life. It's a heck of an act. No wonder the tavern sent you an invite. You're a natural kid. You don't stop at fooling the audience, you fool yourself too. Well, the best way to prevent others from seeing your true colors is first being able to fool yourself. Of course. I know you all too well. But it's strange. Why did you decline that invitation? You had the chance to embrace elation, was that not what you most wanted? But you chose the IPC instead. For the preservation? I doubt it. Do you even have anything in common with the preservation? Oh, I thought you knew. Didn't you say you had me pegged? We're done. Either stop talking or disappear from my sight. That's fine. But who exactly is about to disappear here? It's not going to be me, anyway.
Playing hide and seek. I'm really good at this. It's my turn to hide now. I bet you guys can't find me.
Hide and seek. What sweet childhood memories. When Mama said goodbye that day, how many catechins were like jackals hot on your heels? I know you won't forget that sound anytime soon. Those shrill cackles. You had to hide right under the noses of those savages. You and Big Sis, playing dead, drifting in all that bloody water. Completely ruined that shirt. Shame. Wasn't that the last one Dad left behind? It wasn't ruined. I've always kept it. Come on. It's a rag. It's not like you can ever wear it. Now you don't have to hide. You probably won't even deign to get your pretty outfit wet in the rain. Your social capital has changed after all. I've never changed. On the contrary, now you're the one who does the hunting. The last round of hide and seek, and you get to be it. You should enjoy it. That child. Could he be in here? Is this... a topaz? What is this doing here? What, does your cornerstone wrench out your heart, son? I was merely curious at why it was here. Maybe that winged guy put it here. To taunt you. Just to make you realize that your painstakingly arranged magic show is nothing but a death rattle. The Cornerstone's hue is the same as the radiance of Clipot's body. I've got to give it to you. I've heard a lot of baloney, but that lie deserves a prize for sheer nerve. If he were just a little bit smarter, the jig would have been up right there. This is just bait. Of course. That's why Ratio's betrayal was one of the keys to your plan. I have to say, that doctor's acting was superb. Or maybe he wasn't acting at all. All the better for you. Sunday didn't become head of the Oak family by acting sloppy. He's obsessed with control. You have to give him enough detail to satisfy his meticulous nature, but not so much that he gets suspicious. Which is why you had Ratio seek him out and leak the plan on purpose. To prevent the other party from suspecting anything. The intel you gave to Ratio was all true, and he spoke the same to Sunday. Finally, Sunday took the bait, found the other Cornerstone, and before you know it, everyone's distracted enough for you to steal the third stone right out from under them.
Why don't you stop rummaging through my mind?
Your mind? It's our mind. You're me, and I'm you. We're the same. The best way to prevent others from seeing your true colors is to first be able to fool yourself. Really? You can't even fool yourself. You just got lucky this time. This is the other Cornerstone in Sunday's hands. Rather beautiful green. Just like you. Smooth. And cunning. Tell me, what's its name?
Why are you even asking me?
Must I do all the work? Aventurine is the stone of luck and trickery. That's what she said when you received the stone, wasn't it? This type of stone isn't rare, but its hue is very similar to a certain gem. In fact, it's often used as a substitute. And that more precious gem is...
Jade. Even Sunday can't tell the difference. Oh, looks like Jade can be substituted for Aventurine, too. Sauce for the goose.
Aventurine, Topaz, Jade. 3 elites, 3 cornerstones who, for a measly penny, offered their everything. Oh, you're even more united than the family.
As I've said before, 3 chips are sufficient. All or nothing. But will it be the former or the latter? We'll find out soon enough.
So, where's the real Aventurine stone? Take it out, let's have a look.
Suddenly you don't know where it is?
I just want to hear you say it. After all, it really does resemble its owner.
As you wish, then. They never went anywhere. They're right where they belong. Piled up with these cheap baubles.
You smashed the Aventurine stone before you left? Oh, just look at it. Shattered. Just like your life. Poor thing. A humble pebble coated in the most lustrous sheen. I take it back. This thing is far more precious than your life. You're absolutely clear about the consequences of doing this. Blasphemy against Klipoth's body. You think the IPC will let you get off scot-free?
Well, Diamond has always been all about results. As long as I could create value far beyond the cost, the ends justify the means. How else would the family be fooled if there was no price to pay? It doesn't matter. Even smashed to smithereens, the preservation's cornerstone can still be used. Its effect may be greatly diminished, but it's enough for me.
Now I'm really curious. Why does every step you take involve reckless risks, and the choices you prepare for yourself always come with a strong impulse for self-destruction? Do you truly believe that the greater the risk, the greater the rewards? I wouldn't have guessed you'd be so loyal to the IPC.
There is so much you don't see. Which is also why you'll never see how I'll win it all.
That is, if you can do what it takes.
We'll just have to wait and see then. The cornerstone is gone. Another illusion of the harmony. Huh?
Hello. We meet again, Mr. Pretty Eyes.
Yes. We meet again. Did you find your mother and father?
Of course. Big Sis is there too. The 4 of us were just playing hide and seek. I'm so happy. On our way here, Papa even brought me to see a blimp.
I think you mean film.
Yes, that's it. Putting many drawings together and turning them into a moving wall painting. They put me, Papa, Mama, and Big Sis together, turning us into one big family. You should give it a try too, mister. You look sad. The amusement park will cheer you up.
Sure. How's that? Not a bad score, eh? Boring. Feeling lucky. Why aren't you talking?
You've piqued my interest. I'll admit that there are still aspects of you that I don't completely understand.
Well, you sound sincere this time, at least.
Well, sincerity is one of my traits that everybody likes. And I have precious few of those. Moving on. See that maze over there? I'll know everything about you before you reach the exit. Our quaint journey through this amusement park still isn't over. And I wouldn't mind stretching this out at all.
Whoa! This place. It's so tall! Even taller than the tallest rocks in the desert! And there are so many flowers here! Big Sis, this one's for you!
A dead end? Oh, is this the wrong way? Is this?
Oh, what's on your mind?
It's got nothing to do with you.
Do you need a hint? These are manacles on you. That man gave you your first job, and you made your first pot of gold. I remember it all too well. You wrapped that iron chain around your fist, for that is the only tool you could find. Then, in that maze, you...
Shut up!
Oh, you don't wish to face your past? Unwilling to admit that your life is worth only 60 tanmas? Well, from what I see, you refuse to confront it, because it only proves your weakness.
How could a weak person take such daring risks?
Oh, that's right. You love the thrill of danger. But you refuse to let go of meaningless sentiments. Even in this beautiful dream, the only thing you dare allow yourself is death. In your hands, those who follow you could have become Joker cards. They're far more useful that way. It's not like this is the only place the family ever cut corners. You could have had tons of action if you weren't so all or nothing. All it takes is a meager sacrifice. I bet Opal would have resolved this without a fuss. A pity you're not him. Well, you wouldn't be in this state if you could just get with the program. And why couldn't you? Out of professional integrity?
Those techniques you mentioned are highly efficient, but it's not that I don't know about them. It's more like I couldn't care less. Get it? What fun is it if the fight isn't fair?
Fair? You assume your opponents would fight fair in the first place. The odds are obviously not in your favor, so how are you just breezing by? Did that masked fool's words awaken something in you?
Well, she gave me an answer that could turn everything upside down.
Everything? You mean it could make all the cards on the table just disappear?
That's cheating.
If these leaves could be brought back, would they bloom into new flowers?
Your expression right now is hard to put into words. The lucky charm Mama left you is made from gold. Why did you never consider selling it? You obviously could have lived a normal life like Big Sis that way. Looking back, that was the better choice.
Mama only left us with 2 pieces of jewelry. A necklace and a lucky charm. There won't ever be a 3rd piece.
That's what you always say, but you actually regret it, don't you? That you didn't sell them.
You can zip it if there's nothing to talk about.
I know. You must remember what Big Sis told you. You're a child blessed by Gaiathra Triclops, and can lead the clan to happiness. So always remember to protect yourself and never resent the pain and poverty you're going through. The words still ring in your ears, don't they? You're a good kid, so you definitely won't have forgotten. So, you surely won't forget how tragic her last moments of life were. How the piercing laughter behind you felt like it was drilling into your heart. You ran away without looking back, just as she told you to. Tisk, tisk. A lifelong regret indeed.
Enough! Do you not have anything better to talk about?
Oh, shut me down like a champ! Well, I guess when it comes to mind games, this isn't exactly your first rodeo. I think I finally get you. And woo! You are nuts! In the end, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest death. Well, you stuck to that start to finish. Think about it. There's a Stellaron in play, the fabulous Robin loses her voice, 2 unsolved murders, cryptic messages from a masked fool, and a chance to go head-to-head with Sunday himself. And the only thing to pique your interest is one word. The last word. A word that's right there at your fingertips. Death. But whose exactly?
We'll know when the dice falls.
All right then. Reserve a seat for me in the audience. I'm curious to see just how capable you are. Still, you never answered my question. If you could start over, would you still want to be the child who received Gaiathra's blessing?
It's so quiet this time. Is he finally gone? Or am I the one about to disappear? Finally, made it out of this place.
We're going home? But I don't want to go back yet. It's so fun here. I want to stay here forever. Mister, is that you? I hear the sound of leather shoes. Ah, it really is you. I don't know why, mister, but you always give me a special feeling that makes me more curious about you. It's sad that I can't get to know you more. We have to say goodbye. Did you have fun?
You're going back?
Yes, I should go home. The day's getting dark, and it's going to rain. I don't want to worry the others.
You're home. Where is it?
What a strange question. It's where Papa, Mama, and Big Sis are, in this dream. This amusement park. This beautiful dream. They really are peaceful. Everyone loves it. But, mister, why don't you like it?
Because they're not here.
Where are they then?
I don't know.
You do know. But there's no point pressing the issue. Admit it. You're tired. We all are. Which is why we chose to stay here. Me and him. Your past and future.
How long will you stay?
Forever. We'll be with you forever in this dream. This is the greatest honor that we can offer to those who hurtle towards death. The road less traveled is less traveled for a reason. But you've never gone in any other direction. Your own life is the chip you're most eager to lay down. Always has been. You don't care who the real murderer is, and the Watchmaker's so-called legacy couldn't be more boring. What you want, what you need, is to be the smooth operator
The solid gold deal maker who doesn't waste a drop of sweat, even when he's up to his neck in danger, deep inside family territory. You want to be polished up, cuffed with red-hot chains, and spotlit center stage. You'll be the closing act, the final sacrifice.
I can do it. And it will be flawless.
Of course you can. Your luck will help you at the right time. A Stellaron and an Emanator. It's that simple, no? That way, the IPC will earn a place at the table. And as for you, you'll just happen to slip the leash, sweep the rat race, extract yourself from this endless debacle. You'll have the freedom you've always dreamed of. This isn't the first time. You've been an escape artist from day one. This fiasco started with a death, and its curtains will fall on another death. Oh, so that's why Diamond chose you.
He's just after Penacony. No matter the means, no matter the price. It's not personal.
It's hard, isn't it?
Well, don't get soft on me now. What, did you suddenly grow a conscience?
Why, I was born from yourself. I'm well aware that climbing out of the hole you've dug is basically impossible. I can't stop you from doing what you want. We can't change where you want to go.
Well, what's done can't be undone. All we can do is play the cards we're dealt and rake in as much time as possible.
Yes. Alas, people won't make all the right choices in their lifetime. Though luck always seems like it's on your side. You will keep winning, having never lost before, but why you? Why must it be you? If all your luck is built on the pain of someone you love, on the loss of dozens more, if these windfalls, these jackpots, aren't a gift from Gaiathra, if all they are is a long string of meaningless deaths, then what did we do to deserve living in a world like that?
Maybe when I get to where I'm going and look back, I'll know what the trip was all about.
Fine. Time to make a move, my friend. I'll be waiting up ahead. Say goodbye to the kid before you shuffle off. It's best to die without regrets.
And now, only we are left. Can you take a photo for me? I want a memento.
Sure. Come on.
How nice. Now I can see what I look like too.
Look at the lens when you're taking a photo the next time. Your expression will look more natural.
Sure, I will. Then, mister, are you going back too?
I can't leave yet. I still have a show to do.
Oh, you're about to go on stage, aren't you? Let's go then. I'll take you to the stage.
Sure.
So you're an actor. No wonder your clothes are so stylish.
I'm actually a merchant. But I do have a show to do.
Are you the same as those men in black in the sky? But you're not wearing black.
Only ordinary employees have to wear that. My position is much higher than theirs.
Awesome. I hope I can become as good looking as you when I grow up.
Of course you can. You'll be better and stronger than me.
Behind this curtain is the grand stage. It's It's almost time to go on stage. Are you ready? Good luck with your show.
Thank you.
You still seem pretty nervous. Let's put our palms together. If you receive Gaiathra's blessing, you'll feel more relaxed. Putting our palms together is a simple ritual. By putting our palms together and reciting the prayer to Mama Funga, she will bless us. If you're not familiar, I can guide you.
It's all right. I know how to do it. Of course I know.
Why? The catechins have already taken all our money, food, and they killed our parents. What more do they want? But people will die, and you will be in danger. How is that good fortune? Why are you all doing this?
Kakavasha? Bye. Okay. All the actors are in place. It's time for the show to begin. This act is dedicated to you. I hope it'll be an unforgettable memory for you. Kakavasha. Let's assume, just assuming now, that every time I roll the dice, there's a possibility of achieving this particular outcome. Then I would be quite happy to make that wager.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most wondrous, most magnificent show in Penacony's history is about to begin. The IPC cordially invites everyone to Clock Studios Theme Park. Ladies, gentlemen, dream seekers, tycoons, esteemed guests of the Watchmaker and the family. Also not forgetting the nameless of the renowned Astral Express. Welcome to the Interastral Peace Corporation live show!
Astral Express, you're late. And this, unsung guest. Oh, I will, naturally. But before that, I've got to introduce our guest of honor. Everyone, give it up for Mr. Stellaron! Oh, no, they do. Of course they do. Otherwise, why would I work so hard to gain your trust and then invite you all here? Because he's the only one who saw all 3 homicides. He is the key to proving that the family's death does not exist in Dream's promise is nothing but a sham! That's right, madam. The 3rd one is about to happen right now, right here, in Clock Studios Theme Park. A truly grand death. You, and you. All of you are going to die, and it's all because of you, Mr. Stellaron. You will become the personification of death. I thought my intent was crystal clear. Let me be a little clearer. I will detonate the Stellaron in you and cause a teeny, tiny accident on Penacony. BAM! The entire theme park will be reduced to a shattered dream. Then before the family can even react, I'll become the IPC fleet's navigator. You wanna bet? Sure, I'll bet with you. I'm betting that it'll be a sweeping victory for me. By detonating an unprecedented explosion to prove that the vow of harmony is a complete and utter joke. Of course I can. It's just another gamble. I came from the wastelands of Sigonia. For just 60 red copper coins, people paid to brand me. Put me in chains. Place me in the gallows and bury me in the golden sands. But the sun could not kill me, and the quicksand sent me back to the embrace of the guild and the IPC. Bear in mind, my victory wasn't just a stroke of luck. I've never been defeated. Have you ever heard the saying, sleep is the rehearsal of death? Why do the living sleep? Oh, because we are not ready for the final rest. Every night is practice for the end. You and I are escaping into our dreams for fear of death at this very moment. And death will surface in our dreams. Friends, the game has commenced, and you cannot choose to decline. Nor do you have any reason or grounds to. The dice are cast. Ladies and gentlemen, ready to unveil your cards? The architect's flawed stone. Of no value at all. I'm putting down the bet. I'm taking the gamble. I'm claiming the win. Oh, and fate spin the wheel. A daring gamble. Walking the brink of death for rebirth. Oh, for the Ember Lord! All right. Let's see who has the last laugh.
Let the game begin!
Even on a losing streak, as long as people still have hope,
They'll keep throwing money on the table. The chance, no matter how small, the potential is what you hang on to. That's what justifies the gamble!
everybody's like that. Down to the last player. So why can't I be happy too?
Why can't I feel that free?
Always hide your ace with a straight face. I'm starting to get a little impatient with you all. Friends, to fully relish this, I'm betting every last chip. Only by casting aside reason does one truly gamble. Emanator, I know you'll match my wager, right? What is this place? A gigantic black hole. And see? Have I succeeded? Melody, is it? That's all. My friend, you really leave me at a loss for words. So, is this my final destination? The land of the dead? It seems that my death has already been determined. What do you mean? Why would I do this? How did you find out? It's our Stellaron friend's identity, isn't it? Let's just say I'd put money on the possibility. The murder isn't nearly enough to disrupt business as usual. Even if there were 1 or 2 murders on Penacony, most people wouldn't be personally affected. And that won't create any waves. This dream of theirs isn't a boundless sea. It's a lonely island. The family used the Harmony to build a high wall and isolate them from the vast and treacherous ocean of the outside world. That barrier they built keeps death out.
but it also keeps the secrets that are lost in that watery abyss from floating to the surface. In a beautiful dream free of suffering, who would want to go fishing for those secrets? No one. Unless someone already has. I got the idea early on, chewing on that masked fool's little hint. If a mute isn't someone who cannot make a sound, then it has to be someone who cannot speak. Someone who survived the treacherous depths, but is unable to take the stage and speak the truth. Well, I'm happy to know she's safe and sound, and still on Penacony. Well, proof is the one thing I don't have. The only thing that can prove these conjectures is for the family to come clean. And with the way they buttered up these outsiders, it seems pretty clear they're intent on covering their tracks. But you don't need proof to have a suspicion. And for me, suspicion is enough. I didn't need to find the memory zone meme. I just needed for someone to kill me like it killed that silver-haired girl. Well, it's a huge gamble, isn't it? But allow me to point out a mistake. The IPC's success is not guaranteed. I, unfortunately, have no contingencies for such an important matter. Detonating a Stellaron. I can't do it. The Aventurine stone is too broken to even safeguard my escape from the stage. If, at the end of the day, you did not unsheath your blade, I would have lost the bet. Wavered. Of course I have. But I can only bank on my own good fortune, because other than that, I have nothing. Before we part, can you answer one more question? As someone who has traveled on that road, can you tell me, why are we born into this world? If it's just to die. But the nihility envelops you and I. And everyone. But it is still there. If the dice of fate are always weighted, then that is our destiny. Why then do we struggle against it? Then I shall get going.
Mister, you're leaving? You ultimately chose to leave this dreamscape?
Yes. Because they are not here. My papa, mama, and big sis.
Then where are they?
They are in a place where everyone will go. A very, very distant place.
Then are you going too?
I'll get there one day. But not now. There will come a day when the sky will drizzle, and I will hear the call of Gaiathra Triclops, and know that it is time for me to go, and be reunited with my family. So, until that time comes, I should be preparing.
Preparing for what?
Well, preparing to face them, Kakavasha, and to make them proud.
I know you'll be able to do it. Good luck.
Well, of course, for I am a child who received the blessing of Gaiathra Triclops.
But you still seem nervous.
Well, I seem that way because I am nervous. You know what? Maybe you can help. What do you say? One last time? Put our palms together?
Are you going now?
Yes. May the Mother Goddess thrice close her eyes for you, keeping your blood eternally pulsing. May your journey be forever peaceful, and your schemes forever concealed.
Our paths will cross again beneath Kakavasha's shimmering auroras. Farewell, Kakavasha.